The CEO just wanted to hug an employee's daughter, but accidentally pulled off the ring hanging around her neck. Unexpectedly, after the CEO took a closer look at the ring, his expression changed dramatically. He quickly asked the little girl where the ring came from. The innocent girl told him that her mother said her handsome daddy was struck by lightning and only left this ring behind. After hearing the girl's words, the CEO finally realized that the little girl he had grown so fond of was actually his own biological daughter. 5 years ago, he had been drugged by someone and accidentally entered the room of a woman who had also been drugged by scheming people. The two ended up spending a passionate night together. 3 minutes later, feeling extremely guilty, he took off the ring left to him by his grandfather and placed it on the woman's hand as compensation. He secretly vowed to take responsibility for her. But when the woman woke up the next day, the CEO was already gone. Looking at the ring in her hand, she burst into tears. At that moment, her father and stepmother suddenly burst into the room. Her father beat and scolded her, accusing her of living a shameful life and disgracing the family. Overcome with anger, he suffered a heart attack and died on the spot. The next day, the stepmother held a funeral for him, accusing the woman of being the murderer who killed her father and kicking her out of the house. The woman had no idea that all of this was orchestrated by her stepmother, whose goal was to seize the family fortune. While the stepmother and her daughter were celebrating the success of their plan, the CEO arrived at the house with dozens of bodyguards. They were shocked to see a man of such caliber in their house. Meanwhile, the CEO came closer and explained that he was tricked last night and ended up in the Su family's daughter's room. "I will take responsibility for whatever happened." The scheming stepmother, wanting to climb into high society, told the CEO that the Su family only had one daughter, successfully making her own daughter take the woman's place and become the CEO's fiancée. 6 years passed in the blink of an eye. The woman gave birth to a daughter on her own. Because she had never found the girl's biological father, she told her daughter that her dad had died long ago. What she didn't know was that her daughter had perfectly inherited the president's excellent traits. Not only was she extremely intelligent, but she could also read other people's thoughts. To raise her daughter, the woman brought her along to a job interview. What she didn't expect was that the company's boss was actually the child's biological father. When the president saw the woman with a child at the interview, he found her very competent and immediately hired her as his assistant. During work, the woman often brought her daughter to the office. One day, while the mother wasn't paying attention, the little girl wandered into the CEO's office. She saw a lollipop on the table and was about to put it in her mouth when she heard someone coming. In a hurry, she hid under the desk. When the CEO sat on his chair, she came out, making them shocked and surprised at the same time. Looking at the witty and bold little girl, the CEO, who usually disliked children, couldn't help but like her. He took her to find her mother and told the woman that she could bring her daughter to the company anytime. The little girl also adored the CEO. She felt a kind of fatherly love she had never experienced before and would visit him whenever she had free time. The little girl admitted that she only wanted a daddy like him and also confessed she liked him so much that she wanted him to be her dad. The CEO realized the truth and gently told her that human feelings cannot be forced, but comforted her warmly. Shortly after, the girl's mother came into the CEO's office and brought him some architectural designs to review. While they were going through the work, he started feeling dizzy and developed a headache. He immediately held onto the woman's shoulders for support. Seeing them in this situation, the little girl quietly left the office, locked the door from the outside, and decided to give them some privacy to talk like adults. The CEO and his assistant ended up on the couch, where the assistant struggled to free herself from his grip. Moments later, the CEO's fiancée entered through another door, and a lot of drama unfolded. Jealous confrontations broke out as the fiancée accused the assistant of trying to steal her man. The CEO defended his assistant and eventually had his fiancée escorted out. Meanwhile, the little girl met her mother in her office. She apologized and admitted that she only wanted a daddy like the CEO, confessing that she liked him so much she wished he could be her father. Back in his office, the CEO sat worried about the chaos that had just taken place. The little girl came in to apologize to him as well. When the CEO reached out to hug her, he mistakenly unlocked her necklace. He then picked up the necklace. Upon closer inspection, realized that the little girl was actually his biological daughter. You will be shocked by what happened next.